A controversy is growing over a new video game that allows players to run around inside of a school, killing police officers and killing civilians.
It is a far cry from the video games that a lot of us used to play. You bring back some memories just looking at these video pieces, I'm sure. Pong, Super Mario Brothers, Frogger, Tetris. I mean, we spent hours entertaining ourselves, but these were considered fun and appropriate for all ages.
So fast forward to 2018, the technology is definitely much better now.
But some parents are really worried the message this game we're telling you about is sending. They say this is dangerous and the timing is terrible. First Coast News reporter Eric Alvarez takes us inside this game to explain who is against it and who's not.
Active Shooter puts players inside schools, puts guns in their hands, and features an on-screen counter that tallies how many civilians and cops the player has killed. The game also lets users take the role of SWAT officers trying to take the shooter down. But critics say it's in poor taste following the deadly shootings in Parkland and more recently, Santa Fe, Texas.
All the teachers are telling us to run, run, go, like run.
Senator Bill Nelson took to Twitter calling the game inexcusable. Revived Games is behind the first-person shooter. An account posting updates to the game description links to a Russian game developer called Acid. The game description says if you feel like hurting someone or people around you, please seek help from local psychiatrists or dial 911. A disclaimer says the game is only meant for players 18 and up. But Jacksonville gamer Stan Shvetsov says that won't discourage kids from playing it.
Oh, no way.
He says even if it's unlikely, all it takes is one player to turn a simulation into another tragedy.
Maybe it could give kids an outlet, you know, so they don't actually do it in real life, but I also think it might give kids an idea, you know, to actually do the real thing.
Active Shooter will be featured on the Steam gaming community, where users are jumping to its defense. One of them says it's just pixels on a screen. Another posted, what people need to understand is if you don't like the game, you don't need to buy it, but don't censor something to the public. We want to know what you think. Tell us on Facebook and Twitter. Eric Alvarez, First Coast News, on your side.